If you've been wanting to get back in the dating game but don't feel like you have the confidence to do it, our next guest has some advice for you.
The Carolina matchmaker Laurie Berzack is here with ways to improve your self-esteem so you can get out and date again.
Hi, Laurie. How are you this morning?
Oh, my goodness.
Good. It's great to see you.
Okay, this is good information.
Yes,
for
it
singles.
is.
Good information. We always hear, Laurie, about how important self-esteem is in the dating world, in the dating equation. If you really want to be successful as you date, you'll need to make sure that you're comfortable in your own skin, is how you define it. Why do you think this is so critical?
Well, I think that what happens is people rush into dating again, whether it be from breaking up from a long-term marriage or short-term marriage or a relationship, and they don't center themselves before they start. And so what I always recommend to all of my clients is that they take time. And I honestly don't think that people should be dating during that year that they're separated from their spouses. I think they should take that time to get all the therapy they might need, to read as many self-help books, to get into the best shape of their lives, to just get really centered and grounded so that when they're really ready to get out there and start dating, that they're bringing something to the table. And what they're not bringing is something that is someone that doesn't have any control over their emotions, or somebody who doesn't feel comfortable with who they are. Because whatever you bring to the table is what you'll receive back. And so it's so important to really feel comfortable.
That makes a lot of sense. I think a lot of people do want to rush back into it because they may feel lonely or whatever the case might be, but they might rush into it when they're not ready to do so.
Exactly.
Let's talk about, nobody's perfect, obviously. We all have flaws and quirks. If somebody feels particularly self-conscious about something in particular, what is your advice when it comes to that?
Well, I think it's so easy to pick ourselves apart. It's so easy to just look at what we don't like about ourselves. Like how often, we were just talking about this on the break, how often you stand in front of a mirror and just say, oh, I can't stand that part of my body. You know what? Instead of looking at that part, look at the other part. Look at the part that you like about yourself. Focus on that instead. I think that what is really important is to really acknowledge what you have to bring to someone. So look at all the positives and don't focus on the negatives. If you feel like you need to lose weight, for example, a lot of people feel uncomfortable with their bodies. So get yourself to a trainer. Look on the internet. There's tons of free advice on there in terms of nutrition. Figure out the best way that you can look. If you are not happy with your job, refresh your resume. Go out there, start having informational interviews. Try to figure out, what it is that you want to be doing in this life so that when you finally do meet people that you have some confidence. And also, it's always about progress. It's, progress brings progress. So look at the baby steps that you're taking and be happy with what you have.
See, what you're talking about is not sabotaging yourself a little bit, because there's little subtleties there that you can go ahead really kind of become your own worst enemy.
Right. Exactly. And what I've noticed sometimes is people go out on dates and they don't acknowledge their own deal breakers. So they start dating people and they're not happy with the people that they're dating, but they continue dating them because they don't want to be alone. And so they'd rather be with someone that maybe puts them down, or somebody that doesn't have what they're looking for, rather than just saying, you know what, let me be happy with who I am. And not be expecting somebody else to fulfill me.
And Laurie, another way that you say that sometimes people sabotage their chances when it comes to finding love is perhaps, I want to say this delicately, but acting too needy or too desperate on a date. You say that can be a real turnoff.
Yeah, it really can. And actually, I had a recent situation where that was happening. And you know what? Your date picks up on it. When you're out there and you're acting needy and you're, telling them everything that, you think that they want to hear. That's not the way you want to go about dating.
It's totally not attractive.
People are attracted to confident people, right? I mean, that's what I hear. Like the people that act like they don't need you are the people that, attract people to them, unfortunately. But that is sort of the case. So don't fall back on all the things that isn't you in hopes of making somebody else happy.
Okay, so finally, what do you suggest to people who struggle with this whole idea of their self-worth? They think, well, I'll go out and date, or I'll go out and meet somebody when I lose 10 pounds, or when I get that promotion, or when I'm living in a different place, or whatever the case might be. Your bottom line advice is what?
Bottom line advice is surround yourself with people that love you, that aren't focusing all the time on who are you dating and what is making you happy, and feel gratitude for what you do have, even if it means a daily journal of what made you happy in this day, and just try to take each day as it comes instead of worrying and have anxiety about the future. Just look at right now. What do you have? If you have your health, if you have your family, if you've got good friends, it's enough. You shouldn't always be thinking about like who else is out there that can complete me.
So true. Carolina'sMatchmaker.com. That's where you'll find Laurie Berzack online. Carolina'sMatchmaker.com. Thank you so much. Great advice, Laurie, as always.
Great to see you.
We got the